Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon and good evening to people who are watching this all over the world. My name is Barbara Harris-White. I'm an emeritus professor in the university, an emeritus fellow of Wolfson College, which is hosting today's conference on the Rohingya people of Burma. Our South Asian Research Cluster is one of a number of clusters of scholarship inside this graduate college. We have started off with a group of researchers who mostly research India. We have held conferences, graduate workshops. I know one of the organizers is in the back row today. Readings and films, work in progress seminars, and public intellectuals who come to lecture on big themes of serious importance. We have been doing this since 2011. We have broadened out from a concern on India to go north to Nepal, west and east to Pakistan and Bangladesh, and today, for the first time, we go southeast to Burma. We are here today to share knowledge about the appalling conditions of the Rohingya people, which some scholars have identified as genocide. And I myself have been reading the debates and the definitions of this term in this reader from Routledge, the work of Raphael Lemkin in the 1940s, which set off the study and the action, the public knowledge, the politics of genocide. This is a day for evidence. It's a day for discussion, analysis, and interpretation, and for all of us to ask the question, what is to be done? Not in some ideal world, but in the difficult conditions of democratic transition of Burma today. So, thinking about it last night, I felt that there are many, many topics that will be discussed today, and I want to list a few of them to give you some idea of the scope of the day, especially to people who are watching through the internet. The origins of the Rohingya people, the notion of self-identification, the significance of the Rohingya people within the set of Muslim people of Burma and within the other minorities of Burma. The economics and the politics of the movement of people between what is now Burma and what is now Bangladesh. The acts of persecution and the evidence for genocide, and the conceptualization of genocide as an act, but also as a long drawn-out process. And a process which has irrevocable changes on the persecutors and the persecuted. We will look at the social instruments of this persecution, the state, religious groups, and other groups in civil society. We will have to look at violence amongst Buddhists, violence amongst Muslims, and the rise of Buddhist extremism in Burma. We will also, in order to address the question, what is to be done, we will also have to scrutinize the process of democratization, the representation of minorities in this process, the notion of citizen that accompanies the process of democratization, the role of the army and the legacy of the army, and the role of international observers, international scholars, and international agencies. Today we have a group of very distinguished scholars and practitioners and activists in this auditorium. You are very, very welcome. But time is at a premium. I would beg people to try to keep to the discipline of their 10-minute or 15-minute slot. And in the hope of encouraging this, I have brought a little set of bells, because my experience is that people don't read the 1 minute that the chair is flashing desperately before them. So we will have these bells from South India to remind people to try to keep the discipline of time, because we need that discipline for everybody to have their voice heard.